Things to Make You Think podcast. And the focus of my podcast is mental health, although because of a lot of things that we go through indirectly or directly affects our mental health, we'll be talking about pretty much everything. So nutrition, physical health, finances, education, and even sex, and just pretty much all things the human experience. So let's talk about it. Hey, how y'all doing? It is Shan here. Please excuse my lighting reflection in my glasses. I was trying to fix it, but it's not working, so we're still gonna keep moving on. But how y'all doing? Funny thing, I actually was not gonna record today, like at all. But first of all, look at this skin. My skin is doing what it needs to do. And I started a new skincare routine, and I'm so happy that I cleared my skin up because I was struggling with acne for a little bit. I don't know why, but finally my skin is starting to clear up, so I'm so excited because now I'm going to start recording because I refuse to record with my face looking terrible with acne. So, but whatever. Anyways, so how y'all doing? Got my mushroom coffee here for mental clarity. Today I just really wanted to talk about. Sorry, I had to take a sip. I really want to talk about attention, like where we focus our attention. Because I was listening to this podcast. It was actually a psychology podcast. I'm trying to think what it was called. I don't think I wrote it down here. But it was basically a psychology podcast. I'll put the details in the description. But the guy, he had a feature on there. His name is Oren Jay Sofer. I think that's how you say that. I'm not really 100% sure, but if I had to guess. So he had him on there, and he really said some things that really stood out to me. And I'm just like, oh, that really makes so much sense when we're talking about attention. So basically he was saying like, well, this is not what he was saying. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say where we focus our attention really plays a huge part on the outcome of our life and the quality of our lifestyles. For example, I think I talked about this before on a previous podcast, and I was just talking about, what we feed ourselves on a daily, like the things that we watch, the things that we listen to, and just basically the things that we choose to put our focus on. And I feel like people don't think too much about that. Like, you might turn something on and you're not really thinking about how much it's going to affect you, because most people, nobody's thinking that deeply usually. This is something they want to watch. It's entertaining, so they watch it. You know what I'm saying? They're not really thinking about how it's going to affect them or their lifestyle or anything like that. But I'm really starting to notice, like, one thing I started to notice as I was like watching TV or just watching any type of shows or like movies or anything, when they and this is how I know where we focus our attention is so important. When they would pour a drink, it instantly made me want to have a drink. And I'm not going to say that this applies to everybody, but I know that's the goal of it, because that's the whole point why they even put, like, they have what is the word I'm looking for? Partnerships with different, like, liquor companies and et cetera, et cetera. Like, for example, Ciroc. I think that's P. Diddy's. Yeah, let's not buy no more Ciroc. It's like, no. But, so say you're watching TV, right? And you're watching a movie or whatever, and they have a bottle of Ciroc, right? It's there for a reason. It's not there because these motherfuckers really want to have a drink of Ciroc. It's there because Ciroc has a partnership with the people who are broadcasting this show or movie. so that it makes people want to buy it. It makes people want to have it. And and I was, realizing, like, as I was watching a movie, like, or whatever, if I see them pour a drink, it kind of made me want to have a drink. Even if I didn't, actually go get a drink, it kind of made me want to have a drink. Like, and I realized that the same with, like, when I see them, and it's something else that this is how I really know. Weed hasn't always been legal, so you ain't never really see anybody in the movies lighting up some weed or something like that, except for like how high, some illegal shit. You know, is that a bug? Oh my god, that's disgusting. Anyways, um, so like before weed was really legal, you didn't really see too many people in movies lighting up a blunt. But now that weed is legal, a lot of movies be having people and shows be showing people lighting up some blunts. Why is that? Hmm. It's kind of self-explanatory. They want us to spend that money on weed. They want us to spend that money on alcohol. So this is like, that's what I'm saying, like where we focus our attention really has an impact on our lifestyle. And those situations are just prime example that, you know, and okay, so with what he said in his podcast, he said there is a multi-billion-dollar industry competing for our attention. The more screens that can capture our attention, the more revenue someone is generating. So people love watching TV. People love watching shows. People love entertainment. Like, just like, that's why you got TikTok, all these places that's going crazy because people love entertainment. And TikTok is really going crazy because TikTok will have motherfuckers scrolling for hours and hours. So if you think they're not controlling what's being, put up in our faces, why you think they're doing that? Not because they want to, not just because they want to catch our attention. What else do you think that's influencing? Our lifestyles, alcohol, marijuana. You watch TikToks, you got all these influencers connecting with different companies, getting little sponsorships and everything. Why is that? Because they know if these people can connect these people's attention, we could get those people to buy this stuff. So that's why it is so freaking important to pay attention to where you're focusing your attention. And I did like a few quotes from a few things that he said on this episode. Another thing he said was, what we pay attention to shapes our inner atmosphere, and it affects the choices that are available to us. Like, come on, he was speaking. He was really saying some things that made so much sense. Um, and I'm kind of doing this like not in order. But like that right there, just like what we pay attention to shapes our inner atmosphere, and it affects the choices that are available to us. Like, don't let that go over your head. But like, have control over where you choose to focus your attention. Because, like he said, we have multi-billion-dollar industries competing for our attention. Why? And when you think about the bigger freaking picture, all this media and everything like that, what do you think they're doing that for? It's not just for our entertainment. It's not just for revenue. It's for control. They want to control our lifestyles. They want to control what we do. They want to control what inspires us. Because you got, when you watch, when you go on TikTok or Fashion Nova, prime example. Fashion Nova started off, on a lower end, it wasn't really all that known. But then as it started getting more popular, as you look at all the models, what do the models look like? Coke shaped bottles, Botox, all that shit. And what's becoming more popular these days? BBLs, tummy tucks. So you got them Fashion Nova partnershiping with people who, have a specific body shape and everything like that. And who you think that's like Fashion Nova ain't the only one benefiting from that. You got people looking like, damn, I know I can't fit that. Maybe I need to get my body done. Um, Look at Cardi B's body. She always talk about Fashion Nova, and then when you think about, when people buy stuff and they be like, um, they'll try to compare their body to the picture that was advertised, and it's just like, come on, I'll be for real. You should already know your body shape and what's going to fit you and what's not before you purchase it. But that's just prime example that if you're too small minded to realize that, okay, something that this person has on, I'm not going to fit, and you still purchase it, come on now. And then it makes you want to get your body done, because 9 times 10, a lot of people don't like to work out. You could build your body up from working out, but a lot of people don't like to work out. You gonna get your body done, and how much do getting your body done cost? A lot. So when you think about it, where we focus our attention really has a huge impact on our lifestyles. And I took a psychology class that has to do with conditioning, like, and kind of like brainwashing too. Like, if you're constantly seeing certain stuff over and over and over and over and over, you eventually feel like I don't know how to say it, but like, this is why people, like, there are people who um live through social media. Like, they want them lifestyles. They see people living their best lives with their best bodies, drinking the best liquor, doing all this other stuff. And these people are sponsored by high-end companies to make more money. And when you think even higher, let's talk about the music we listen to. If you think that there's not someone above these people who wants to condone certain type of music being out there to condition people to live a certain type of lifestyle, you're crazy. Like, you're crazy. That's why we really need to pay attention to what we're focusing on and what we're you know consuming visually and like audibly, like, because that shit is like, these people are trying to condition us to think a certain way, to want certain things, to want a certain lifestyle, because that's going to benefit them. They're making all the money. And then when you think about it, they have control. If they could put this stuff out there and they know that it's going to make somebody want to do something, they have control over us. If you're not the one in control, if you're not strong enough to look past this shit, and have more control over your mind, they have control over you. And what he said was, another thing he said, if you when I say he, I'm talking about Oren Jay Sofer. And let me tell you real quick about him. His name, he practices Buddhist meditation since 1907. And he has a degree in comparative religion. So basically, I feel like his focus is just like, having control over yourself, being able to be calm, um, and the benefits of meditation in Buddhism, etc., etc. I said since 1907. He ain't been practicing that since 1907. He be dead right now. Oh, maybe this is something that has been practiced since 1907. I don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't really look too much into it, but whatever. But so again, another thing he said is, if you can influence attention, if you can influence attention, hold on, I wrote this wrong. I don't know why I wrote that like that. And that really threw me for a loop now because I'm mad. But anyway, let me read it this way. If you can influence attention, you can control. Basically. Oh, wait. Hold up. If you can sorry, I'm like, I told you, I really did this podcast on a whim. I really didn't plan to do this. I was actually laying down. But I'm like, let me get my ass up and do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just get this done and over, because like, what you trying to do? Are we finna lay here, or we gonna do what we need to do? You know what I'm saying? But So it said if you can influence intention, you can control, you can influence action. If you can control, wait, if you can influence attention, if you can control, you can influence action. I wrote that wrong, but I feel like y'all get it. Like, if you can influence somebody's attention, you have control over their actions, basically. Um, and something I wrote, profit, action, behavior. So these people are trying to profit. They're trying to change people's actions. So this becomes our behaviors. Okay. Um, so like I said, I wrote a bunch of quotes that he said. Another thing he said is developing agency where we place our attention is the first step in empowering and transformation. And that speaks volumes because when you're in control, you can't be influenced for real, for real. For example, me, like, I've been practicing and like working on having control over not only my anger, just my mind altogether. And a huge thing, like I said, because I've been able to, because I've been practicing, trying to have control over my mind and everything, I was able to notice and pick up on how, um, because these people have, when I'm watching a movie, they're pouring a drink, it makes me want to pour a drink. I was able to pick up on that because I'm in control. Had I not been in control, I probably would have went and bought a drink and started drinking while watching a movie, which a lot of people probably usually do. So it's important to seriously, sorry, somebody was calling me. It's important to definitely be in control of what you're watching and what you're consuming and everything like that. Like, that stuff is so important. Because it really will drive you to change. So with that being said, if you are more mindful of the stuff that you're consuming, like the stuff that you're watching and everything, then you could change yourself in a what is the word I'm looking for? You can influence yourself to make more healthy changes compared to unhealthy changes. Like, so instead of watching a movie that has people drinking and everything, maybe watch a workout video, or maybe watch like something that'll help you grow in one way or another compared to something that's going to make you develop an unhealthy lifestyle. Okay, and another thing that he said is if we can't choose where to place our attention, someone is choosing it for us, or we are dragged around by our habits. Mm. He was talking that shit. I said, woo, baby. That, look, that speaks volume. I'm gonna just read that one more time. If we can't choose where to place our attention, someone is choosing for us, or we are dragged around by our habits, baby. And what do you mean by habits? Smoking weed, getting high. Oh, that's the same thing. Well, no, not necessarily, because you get high for shrooms, and these days people are doing coke. So, you know, alcohol, we dragged around by our habits, masturbating, all that. And that's another thing they be having in these videos, in these movies. People masturbating, people having sex. If y'all think that they're not intentionally putting this stuff in these movies and these shows, you a fool. You a goddamn fool. And you really need to start opening your mother loving eyes, because, baby, what he say? If we can't choose where to place our attention, someone is choosing it for us. And that's exactly what be happening because people don't be in control no more. Y'all don't be in control of y'all minds. This media is what's in control of you, and that's what's controlling you. And that's why, you the look. Need I say more? Say no. But seriously though, this is so important to our future, for our children, for ourselves, like, because we really need to be in control and pay attention so that we're not being sucked into these little dangerous little loophole things they got going on with this media shit. I'm glad I really don't like watching TV, and I really don't be watching, like, I don't be on TikTok for real, for real. Like, I try to be in control of the stuff that I'm consuming. I do be watching movies and everything like that, but I try not to watch it too often. I try to find things that are more educational or something that will benefit me in one way or another. Like, um, listening to podcasts, for example, you know, um, maybe like I'm trying to learn how to edit, how to use Photoshop and edit and everything. So I try to watch videos like that. Or I try to watch, like, I'm trying to learn how to do makeup. Look, y'all. I'm trying to do my makeup because I wanted to have my makeup done for this recording. I am too even, I'm too even embarrassed to show y'all. Let me show y'all. I'm about to show y'all how my makeup looks. Like, bruh. I was like, oh, hell no. And I was watching a video trying to learn as I went, and yeah. It's like a no go. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, this picture don't look too bad, but like, it's like, okay, girl, you look like freaking a drag queen. Like, can we not? So, yeah, I'm like, fuck no. I don't know why I'm not, like, I was watching a video. I don't know what I did wrong and why my makeup turned out like that. Like, I really don't know. I was like, let me just wear my bare face. I feel like I don't really need makeup too bad. Like, I could use some lashes or something. But all I need is some lip gloss. Honey, maybe some lashes. And I feel like I look good. I'm not about to sit up here and see, look, let me tell you. That's another thing. I be watching, these people in these shows and everything, or just like watching certain influencers and everything, like, and their makeup be slayed, and it makes me want to do my makeup. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, the stuff that we watch and everything, it really influences us. I don't think doing makeup is a bad thing, but that's just prime example of, the stuff that we consume really, like, drives and influences our behaviors and our habits and everything like that, because it really makes me want to do my makeup. I feel like I should be looking a certain way to make a recording and post a YouTube video, because that's what everybody else is doing. But I'm in control, and I feel like my skin is getting clearer, and I feel like my skin looks good. So I decided that I'm not going to be pressured about putting makeup on for no videos, because I don't really think I need it. Like, I could use some lashes maybe to look a little bit more dolled up, but I don't think I really need it. Okay, yeah. So, but to sum up this podcast, I mean, I already said it, but I'm gonna say it again. We really need to have control, and we really need to be paying attention to the stuff that we're watching, and the stuff that we choose to put our attention into, because it really does influence our lifestyle. I feel like, because, like, oh, I got another example. When I was like feeling really, really motivated, I talked about it before. I went through a little depressed little season not too long ago. I feel like I'm out of it. And I feel like this video and this recording is prime example that I'm out of it, because when I'm in my depressive season, I don't want to record. I don't want to do anything. I just kind of want to sleep, work, be a mom, and pretty much that's it. And eat. That's all I was doing. That's why I gained some weight too. But I'm out of that season. I'm good. So, well, not fully out that season. I still got some work to do. I mean, I'm not healed completely, but I still got some work to do. But I'm not down in the dumps. You know what I'm saying? But again, like, it's like another example is like when I was feeling like, before I got into that, like, that depressive mode, I was feeling super motivated. I was watching videos about real estate and, like, hooking up houses and everything like that, and just like stuff that I could really learn from, ways to get rich and everything. Like, I was really focused on that thing. But when I got depressed, I lost sight of all of that, and I started watching a bunch of, just watching videos, so I was smoking weed a lot, I was drinking, and I was just really, really in a bad space. And I feel like, the stuff that I was watching plays a part in that, because I'm sitting up here watching these movies where they're drinking, they're smoking, and it kind of made me want to drink and smoke. And that's what I did. And I'm already in this mindset where, you know, I'm feeling discouraged, I'm unhappy, and I kind of like, it's like I didn't want to be sober because I didn't want to like bask in those emotions. So I would get high, I would drink, and it would kind of make me feel better momentarily, but I was doing it in an unhealthy way. Not saying there's anything wrong with drinking or, getting high or anything, but it was like to the point where it was unhealthy. Like, I was doing it like almost every day. Every day I was getting high. Every day I was weed. Let me say weed, because I don't want y'all thinking I'm doing coke or anything like that. I was smoking weed every day. It was either I was smoking weed every day or I was drinking every day. But basically, I just did not want to be sober. And yeah, like I said, I think like the stuff that I was watching and listening to does play a huge part into that. Um, but again, it was just like my mind also was at that point where it was like, you know, um, I don't know how to say it. Like, if you're not feeling empowered, you're like easily moldable, or influenced by, unhealthy shit, because you're already feeling down in the dumps. Like, so, you know, you see somebody getting high, you're like, yeah, I want to get high. I don't want to feel like this. I know they feel great. I know they're feeling good, etc., etc. And um, sometimes I would feel unhappy because of where I was at, because I'll be watching and, be on social media, see people living their best lives, taking trips, two-parent households, um, living in great houses and everything. And it kind of like that shit kind of made me feel even worse and worse about myself, because I feel like I'm not where I want to be in life. I just recently got divorced. I'm a single parent, and I never ever wanted that for myself. So that shit just really made me feel really, really depressed. Like, so, that's another thing. Like, it's so important to pay attention to shit like that, because like, I had to stop being on social media as much, because I'm like, this just making me want to kill myself. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. It's making me not want to be here. Like, I'm nowhere near where I want to be in life. Like, I feel like I'm fucking up in so many different ways. I'm divorced now. I'm a single mom. Like, it's just like, how, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I was just really, really in a bad space. And the stuff that I was watching and stuff was contributing to how I was feeling about myself. Like, and yeah. So, again, that's why it is so important to pay attention to the stuff that we're watching and everything. And when I go back to listen to this podcast, like, I know I'm in a better space when I start listening to motivating podcasts, and I start watching, different stuff, trying to learn different stuff to try to, build myself up to get to where I want to be. Because if I sit up here and keep, feeling this type of way and not doing anything about it, I'm just end up it's going to make me want to kill myself, because I'm not doing what the hell I need to do, and I'm stagnant. Like, I'm not progressing. Like, I don't like that. I like to progress. I like to get better. I feel like I get better every year. I start to make more money every year. So, like, yeah, I just got to keep pushing. But like, yeah, going back to the things that he was saying, it just really stood out to me. And I really be feeling like God guides me. Like, I really do. Like, the universe, aka God, really, really be guiding me, because, or God, aka the universe, really be guiding me, because I feel like it was really important for me to listen to this podcast. And I'm going to make another podcast that I was been supposed to make, but I'm probably going to do it at the top of the year next year, about the book that I had read that, really influenced me to get back on my shit, like, and to stay focused and to not fall off. But at the same time, I understand that we're all not perfect, and I feel like it's okay to sometimes fall off, and I feel like it's okay to sometimes be in this season where you just need to slow down, and just like, if you're mourning something, like I was mourning a past relationship, like, so it was important for me to just like shift my focus on myself and just let me feel these feelings, so that, once it passes, and it passed. Like, I feel amazing. I don't, like, I'm not, like the person that I was trying to get over, I don't like at a point in time I was like every time he would contact me, I would get anxious, like, and I don't feel like that no more. Like, I really don't care for him. Like, I don't ever want to feel how I felt before. So, anyways, back to attention. Anyways, but like, yeah. So, again, it's important to where we focus our attention, and that's pretty much the moral of this podcast is pay attention to where we're focusing our attention. I feel like it's important for me. I like to watch like workout videos or just different stuff that's going to help me and build me up and encourage me to be better instead of encouraging me to go have a drink or encouraging me to get high or encouraging me to want to be in a situationship or some toxic situation. Like Blueface and his baby mom and his two babies moms, like they're putting that shit out there because they're trying to make, they're like, do you see what they're doing? Like, and now there's two moms who don't have no steady household, who have children with this man who just bouncing around playing around with people's feelings and emotions and making kids in the process. Like, they're doing that shit for a reason. Like, and like I was going to say before, like Sexy Red, like they're doing that shit for a reason. It's like black women already have a bad rep. And I have nothing against Sexy Red. Like, I grew up in the hood and I understand that sometimes people are a product of their environment. And, if she could make money off of that, then that's amazing. But at the same time, it's portraying a certain light over black people, black women specifically, that, we already have this rep. So now we have her that's on the forefront, getting popping, in everybody's faces. And so now I feel like now, like, they're doing this shit on purpose. Like, they want the world to view black women a certain way. Like, it's bad enough that they view a black woman as angry and this, that, and the third. Now they got this woman. And I know she ain't the first woman to do it. I know she's not. But my point is, she I don't know, she might be the worst. Okay, she might be the worst. Like, we got Lil' Kim and all them, but they ain't never been on stage with no shoes, pregnant, just... And like I said, I don't have nothing against her, but like, they're doing this shit on purpose. Basically, they're doing this on purpose. Like, and yeah, I feel like they want the world to not have no respect for us. But, I'm glad that we have people like Sha'Carri who represent us in a positive light. She got tattoos, long nails, long weave, but what is she? The fastest woman in the world. Like, that's what I want to see. But they tried to break her down though. Y'all see how if you ain't catching on, then you sleep. You sleep. You gotta wake up. If you ain't catching on, you like that's prime example. We got not Cardi B. We got Sexy Red, and they putting this woman on a pedestal. She's pregnant. She's super really ghetto. But they putting her on a pedestal. But then we have Sha'Carri, the woman who was dominating and racing, but she lost her parent and she got high, and they tried to bring her down. They tried to shut shit down for her. Now look at her. Because she was strong enough to overcome, because she seen what they were doing. She saw what they were doing. She paid attention. She did what she needed to do to get herself in a position so that they couldn't win. And now look at her. Fastest woman in the world, baby. Like, yes. And I love that she be having her pulling her wigs off, long nails, long weave, tattoos, but the fastest woman in the world. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black woman. Shout out to Sha'Carri. But, y'all see what I'm saying? Like, they try to tear her down, but they trying to lift Cardi B. I mean, I keep saying about the Cardi B. They trying to lift Sexy Red up. Like, come on now. And I don't know how y'all find entertainment in this Blueface and Jaden and Krishan. I don't know how y'all find entertainment in that. Like, it's literally like depressing. I hate watching anything about them because it's like this stuff is being put on the forefront, but this is shit that's happening every day in the hood. Like, that's normal shit. Like, and people like, they're making money off of it and they're putting it in everybody's face. Like, like it's really, how the way things are supposed to be. But unfortunately, that's the norm in the hood, like in low income housing, like how they act. That's a lot that goes on in the hood. Like, And it's just like, what is the reason for them to be putting this out there like that? Like, what are you trying to do? What is the agenda that you're trying to push? Like, it's just not making no sense. But, and you see a lot of these reality shows, these ghetto ass reality shows, or black people, like, they're trying to put us in a certain light for a reason. And people are falling for it and entertaining that shit. Like, I can't entertain it. I won't be the one. But that's just me. I don't have nothing against these people, but I feel like the industry is using these people for a reason. Okay, but let me wrap this up because my baby daughter just woke up and I gotta get her fed and everything. So, yeah. So, if you learn anything from this podcast, understand that you need to pay attention to where you shift your focus because it'll definitely influence your habits and your behaviors. And with that,